Hello everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would show you this Plutus M2 module. And I got it, it's near complete at this point in time. So I skinned up the entire, or textured the exterior of it and got the interior done. And I've tested this mining already. And the only thing I got left to do is to figure out what turrets I want and probably swap out a lot of those cannon turrets for other types of turrets. Might even get some rocket launchers on this one. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. It fits well on the Helios carrier, and it's a lot like the original Plutus in some ways. Due to I wanted it to be agile and quick in space. It's got the same drill layout. This one also does salvaging and has much more production. You can kind of see what this looks like from all angles. And it has more turrets. It's built out of hardened steel. It's got a lot more thrust power. And of course, it is more expensive. So there are some drawbacks as well. So here, let me do the lighty thing. A tour on the inside. So when you first get in, you see a advanced generator on one side and the CPU core blocks on the other side. Now I'm gonna mess with the core blocks, and my goal is to make this one, since I'm not using any solar or anything weird, or I won't say weird, but anything that's only Reforged Eden specific. I might have this version one size fits all for vanilla and Reforged, and I would prefer to do that because I don't really want to put out two versions of everything. This one I can kind of get by without doing that. So inside the main floor, when you first walk in this, you've got four 320K. Oh, it says storage. I need to change that wording to harvest because these are all harvest controllers, not storage controllers. You got four advanced constructors. I was thinking about a deconstructor as well, but that's a Reforged Eden only thing again, so I don't know. I don't really want to put it in stock. I guess I could leave a bay open though, where you could put in whatever you wanted if you even needed it. And then it's got four small constructors. Has all the other little quality of life things, Wi-Fi on the front and rear of it for hopefully better coverage. So first floor is just all about production. If you go up to the second floor, you have your docking bridge over here. And I actually added a couple passenger seats this time, and there's your second Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, detector and the second Wi-Fi. Then you've got your T2 shield sitting over here. Now I do have a generator that's probably not going to be needed if you're using vanilla. But I wanted to make sure that in Reforged that you could do 3-direction flight while charging the shield and mining and production all at the same time without blowing or hurting your power systems in here. So basically I balanced off everything going over the top of that main generator. I've actually got two of these small or medium-sized generators in this ship. Couldn't really give good access to them though, just logistics of it's still not that super big comparatively speaking with all the parts I've got in here and things like that. Then it's got O2, the main core is kind of in the center. There's your pentaxid tank. Looks like I'm missing some textures back there, and your advanced warp core. When you get up to the front here, you've got some O2 and a fridge, and then you have a blast door over here, which I don't have on any kind of sensors or anything. Actually, I don't have any sensors in here at all yet. And then you've got your mining module or your mining cockpit. And this is, it's protected a little bit more. I'm thinking even if you got blown up or something went really wrong, you could hopefully get the ship back in business fairly quickly and keep on going. Now, like the Plutos too, I wanted to have this thing with a lot of fuel, so it can go out for a while, especially this one because it can go out for probably longer yet. So taking a look at some of the numbers on here right now, I've got 6 oxygen tanks, I've got 10 and these are all the big fuel tanks. 10 big fuel tanks in here. Again, the turrets are going to probably be swapped out with something else. Currently at CPU, I'm not using all the CPU, but some of the turrets will use some more, and I might mess with the core blocks to dial this in a little bit closer to exactly what this is. I wanted to experiment to see if I used 4 advanced or tier 4 blocks, if that would also give it enough CPU for Reforged Eden or not. I have to experiment with that. If I could, that would be great, because that's exactly what the vanilla version would need. Maybe. I don't even know if I don't know. Probably. It's over 1.5 million, so yeah, I'd probably need the 4 T4 blocks. So yeah, it's kind of a pricey miner. You can see that it's running 11 hour and 4 minute production time. It does need, obviously you're going to need these laser upgrade kits in Reforged Eden. That's where I'm at right now. Some Zirconium and Arestrium. But for all this, I think this would be a very capable miner. Now, let me try to test this a little bit here. Now, first I'll show you docking. Docking is pretty simple. Here, let me go back over to daytime and see what's going on here a little bit. So I'm going to do this in first person, get the HUD back up. Let's pick up one of these docks here. Getting used to the docking. I'm almost to the point where don't necessarily need to level off anymore, but there we go. I still take it a little bit slow coming in though. I guess I probably could go a lot faster. Alright, so we are docked. So on the inside it's looking like this. And then seeing the ship dock from the outside. Usually, I suppose if I were to dock this, what I would also do too is turn off the turrets and weapons, which should retract. Oh, I thought it was going to retract this one too. Guess it didn't. Why didn't you retract that one? Alright, well. I have to add a switch or something for that. Thought it was going to just retract it. So that's kind of what it would look like docked up on the ship. Fits pretty good. I think it matches everything. Yeah, and that's, like I said, almost done. Almost done on this one. Last test I want to do here is I'm going to take, here, I'll respawn it in space, and I'll find an asteroid here. Show you how the performance is working. Now, in the Reforged Eden scenario here, I don't have any idea where the asteroids are. I do have weights and volumes on. Everything's responding to CPU. Plutus M2 Proto. Let me get you fueled up. And oxygen. And we're going to need some pentaxid. Yeah, I noticed when you go to fill something up, it tends to put in twice as much. So I'm going to trash the extra pentaxid that allowed me to do in creative. And let's hop in this thing and try to find an asteroid here. I thought there was some nearby. So another thing I'm going to do, okay, so here I'll just start flying forward. Oh, actually, it's closer yet. These are closer yet, so let's head this way. And that's closer yet. Wow, there's just asteroids everywhere. Copper. Let's go get some copper. So here, let me hit that, and I will charge up the shield. Well, I'm going to wait till I get there first. I'm going to charge up the shield. I'm going to run all the drills, and I'm going to fly around that asteroid and mine it all at the same time, just to do a final test to see if I have any power issues at all. Now, usually when mining, I mean, I did like the Plutos, you can do this in first person, but usually I end up doing this in third person. Let's test the drills here. Okay, this is probably good enough to charge up the shield. Let's kick that on. Start flying around like an idiot. And yeah, I think the power is balanced pretty good at this point in time. So I just wanted to make sure that you don't, you know, if you don't, I could get rid of a generator or so, but I just wanted to make sure and guarantee that you're never going to have any problems with power. You're never going to be in a situation where you're trying to do something and it's going to hurt any generator. But yeah, so mine's very much like the Pluto's. It's a bigger ship, but because of its thrust power, it's pretty nimble and agile, and maybe even I might even zoom out my view a little bit more with this one. It can do pretty much the same maneuvering on an asteroid, if not even a little bit faster than what the Pluto's is stock. But this one holds more cargo too, so obviously as you fill this up, it's going to slow down some for sure. But hopefully not that much. That is one thing I haven't done, is fully max out the storage in this to see if how it performs with a full load. And you know, one other thing I did not put on here yet is some exterior lights. So that is something I'll add on. But you can see how it kind of works, and I think this is going to be nice. And not to mention with it's definitely stronger than the Pluto's. It's, you know, better hull material. It's a bigger ship to start with. It's got more turrets on it. It can do salvaging. It can, you know, and it's a regular module. So I mean, yeah, it's a big purchase for a miner, I suppose. But it'd kind of be, you know, it was supposed to be better than the first one, the Plutus M1, since this is the Model 2 version. So it's kind of what I was going for in the first place. Let me just shoot over to one more asteroid here. See how much. Let's see. And I'm gonna probably have to name a lot of this stuff. Well, I did name some of it. So looks like out of that little excursion we got over about 5,500 copper and about almost 6,000 stone out of that deal. So again, why I went with the same drill setup as the Pluto's is I found that you know, you can run more drills, and maybe that brings in a little bit more. But I think, you know, for the range and coverage, oh God, please let me fly through this. Jeez, that's just ridiculous. Or something. I'm glad they add stuff like this, but there's absolutely no point to having collision on something like that, in my opinion. So I don't know why there's collision there. It's just weird. All right, so let's get some cobalt this time. And yeah, so basically I just wanted to show you this. This will probably be my next workshop release, because it's also my entry for Excalibur's challenge. So I'll get this out, and I'm thinking probably this Saturday or Sunday I'll release this ship. For the that starter base that I showed, what I might do right off the gates, especially for people playing Reforged Eden, is I'll get that posted in the Discord there, where everybody can gain access to it. But I don't want to necessarily release that yet. Again, it has to do with how many releases in a short period of time. I've been really bad lately with all these modules and a couple of different versions of the Helios and this and that. So probably will not release that to the workshop for another week past this ship. And this ship's more of a priority kind of at the time because of the challenge and whatnot. And I want to get, you know, modules out to support the Helios. And yeah, once I get this one wrapped up, I'll probably start working on another module, the high gravity production module, which is my next concern. I'm still debating whether or not I should try to do that in a regular module port, or if it actually should be the dropship module. I'm thinking it's probably possible to have it be a dropship to bring down HVs and SVs to a planet, as well as a ample amount of cargo storage, and some defense and everything. Those modules are a little bit bigger yet, could be a little bit longer. So I might do that. And these are almost, I mean, this is almost like I won't call it a full-fledged CV, but yeah, it works pretty good. It works pretty good. So very happy with that. Just take a look at the storage. Now we've got, yeah, so doing these asteroids, we're getting like, around this much ore per asteroid. So, and you can see the amount of time it takes to get this is really, really quick once you find the asteroids and get to them. And what I also like about something like this is with the 8 constructors that are in here, you can hop in there, you can access all these constructors. I didn't set these to anything yet, but and then we could just start processing ore on every one. I wish I could figure out a way though. I would like to be able to just tell all 4 of these to do the same thing at once, and maybe I can if I make some kind of group, but I don't, or maybe not. I don't know. That'd be really cool. Yeah, so this is just this. Yeah, we can make silicon out of stone. So I mean, and it is just fast. So it can be producing all that stuff. You got power. You're not gonna blow your generators even when processing, or you shouldn't. And that's why I put in the extra generators too, just so you could have that leeway on power. Be very maneuverable, agile. Can do maximum speed in space, at least at this point. I'll weigh it down and give it some tests there. Now this is not. Oh, that's a weird thing here. Let me get out of that third person view. That really freaks me out every time I get out of a seat when I'm flying a ship in third person. I hate walking around in third person. I just out of body experience doesn't feel right. Unless it was made for it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And hopefully Friday I'm planning on doing another video with some other updates. Now it was brought up to one thing I might try. I wonder if we got time for that. Yeah, we probably got time for that. Let me spawn in a Helios, and Excalibur made this remark that, hey, with all these modules, we're going to need 6 bays. And I'm like, oh, 6 bays. Maybe that could be done. Oh, not module 1, Helios. There we are. Reforged Eden version. So what I was curious about, and I'm curious if the copy-paste works right, is I'm wondering that, like on this version here, if I were to manipulate this ship some, make a custom version of it, and my idea was to actually remove the space here and here, and instead put in another full-size bay. Nah, that might take a little bit of time. I thought maybe I could just quickly copy and paste it, but I think I'm going to have to do a little bit more work than that. So, and basically it would get rid of these, which are a bit, I mean, kind of flawed for what they are. And it would give you 6 module bays instead. And I think I could pull that off, keep the ship the same size class, price, and everything that it is, and just have 2 extra module bays on here to give you the 6. But then, of course, you would get rid of these sensory bays again that I think are kind of flawed. That wasn't really thought out; it was an afterthought again. So. Anyway, yeah, I keep on trying to support this. This is, again, in Season 2 on the Anvil server. This is going to be kind of a go-to ship that we're going to try to acquire when we can. And once we have this, it could use a lot of quantum cores and other things to upgrade it, but at least getting the ship in, we can get the modules in, we can have our mobile base, and then everything from there, which I think would be a lot easier. We can never have to sit at a planet or a space station and keep on returning there. We can just keep on going, get some resources, spawn in more modules for more storage and more this, and get this thing up to its maximum thrust potential and a lot of stuff. So sounds good. Now, Excalibur also asked if in Season 2 if I was planning on building a new combat CV. Quite potentially, yes, on that one. But yeah, it's something like that. It's going to be a big project. It's going to take a while to make, and I don't want to quite start. I don't want to get involved in it yet. But I'll wait till the season starts up a little bit, and I'll start thinking about another combat CV. This time, I kind of wanted to build one that would really require a lot of CPU upgrades beyond the 2.1 million. So I can build something bigger with more weaponry and try to plan out its offense even more. I would like to take some of that technology, some of the concepts that I used with the Creel interfector on a more traditional CV though. Basically, I want to have a lot of possible turret positions at good firing locations is the big thing, and the tried and true method of really bulking up the front end of your ship quite a lot. I mean, I didn't. The Trebuchet, I bulked it up more than my previous ships, but I'm seeing that, going against the really nasty stuff out there, it probably require more than what I did yet, so quite a bit more. In fact, some of those crazy ships out there that were doing like the end game stuff, seeing their damage that they were taking and the amount of protection and filler blocks and xeno blocks and things that they had in the front was significant, and they would lose a lot of it, but they would win the battle and not take any major ship damage by just really bulking up the areas. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, if you got any other thoughts too, or any module information, or if you're working on anything, let me know. Again, I do have that collection, the Helios module collection on Steam now. I was trying to have people message me there if they're working on some kind of module or something. I haven't, unfortunately, it's not working. I haven't got a single comment there about any modules or anything, but people have been hitting me up in other places about modules, which is fine, I guess. It's just sometimes I lose track of where information's coming from, and I get a little slow. But that's all I've got for today. Hope you enjoyed this. Curious on your thoughts on this Helios M2 module. I think it should work good if you're willing to pay the price for it. Other than that, the other Plutus M1 is quite a bit cheaper and is very capable of mining as well. It just doesn't have all the bells and whistles, especially with production, strength, firepower, things like that. And this one's got a bigger shield too. So but it's not a combat ship at all. It shouldn't be used for combat. I just wanted to make sure that if you get swarmed by a bunch of drones, that you'll be okay, providing you loaded your ship with ammo, which is important, by the way. All right, well, y'all have a good day. Adios.